What's up, nieces and nephews? Welcome back to another episode of Auntie Lauren's Kitchen. And today, y'all, I'm going to keep it sweet. And we're going to make some cinnamon rolls. But not just any kind of cinnamon roll, peach cobbler cinnamon rolls. Now listen, these was delicious. I ain't even going to hold you. Let's go ahead and jump right into them. So first you're going to start off by warming up 3/4 of a cup of milk. You want it to be like 110 degrees so it'll activate the yeast. And you're going to use 1 packet of active dry yeast. I use Fleischmann's myself. You're going to add in 3/4 cups of granulated sugar along with 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. In order to get the egg yolk out, all you have to do is rock the egg back and forth and separate it from the egg white. Next, I'm using 3/4 cups of melted butter. I use salted butter, but you can definitely use unsalted butter if you want to. Then we're going to mix that together for a couple of seconds before we stir in 3 cups of flour along with 3/4 teaspoons of salt. You're going to need to attach your dough hook to this and let it knead for about 8 minutes till it comes all together. Your dough should really not be sticky. If it is sticky, you can add in about 1 tablespoon of flour, but for the most part, your bowl should really be clean. So now for my proofing process, I'm just going to lightly oil a bowl, drop the dough in, cover it with some plastic wrap. I have set my oven to 180 degrees. That way it can help with the rising process. And that took about 1.5 hours. Oh my God, this is the best part. Now listen, you can definitely use canned peaches if that's what you prefer. But for me, I use fresh peaches that were kind of firm. I went ahead and pitted them, peeled them, and sliced them and put them inside of a bowl. If you use canned peaches, make sure they are really drained from the juice. Now we're going to sweeten these peaches up with 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and 2 big old heaping tablespoons of cinnamon. As you see, the dough has doubled in size. I'm going to lightly flour my countertop. I'm going to knead that dough out a little bit more, but I'm definitely going to punch it down first to get out all those extra gases. I am going to flour my rolling pin so it doesn't stick to my dough and shape this into as much of a square as possible. So now I'm just brushing on about 4 tablespoons of salted butter. Like I said before, you can definitely use unsalted if you want to, personal preference. Then I'm using about 1/2 cup of brown sugar and I'm just spreading that out on top of the butter. Now I'm just topping that brown sugar with our peach cobbler filling. And now you see why I say it's best to use fresh peaches instead of canned peaches. So you're going to backhand tuck this thing tightly as you can, making sure you keep all those peaches inside. And you're going to keep tucking and rolling all the way till you get to the end. Depending on how big you want your cinnamon rolls to be, you're just going to slice that roll. I'm laying these on parchment paper and my cast iron skillet kind of close. I'm going to take some plastic wrap and cover them up again because I want them to double in size one more time. I did a time lapse so you can actually see the cinnamon rolls rising for the second time. After they get done, I'm going to remove the plastic wrap and I'm going to bake them for about 25 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So I saved some of the peaches for my peach cobbler filling to make my peach cream icing. I emulsified those peaches and then I creamed together a stick of butter and some cream cheese. Next, I sifted out 2 cups of powdered sugar in order to get the clumps out and added it to the mix. I beat that all together till it became smooth. And that was really essentially all I needed to make my peach cream icing. Now it's time to ice these babies. Now look, I'm not like the world's best icer, but I did the best that I could. And these cinnamon rolls still turned out good and delicious and they look good too. And one last thing that I did, and it's completely optional, I took some of the juice that was left over from the peaches and added in a little cornstarch and made this brown sugar drizzle to go over them cinnamon rolls. And baby, it was so good. Oh my goodness. Some of the things that these cinnamon rolls went really good with was a cup of warm milk and definitely a cup of hot coffee. I will definitely be making these again sometime soon because they did not last a day in my house. All right, nieces and nephews, I know what time it is. Go wash your hands, bless your food, and let's eat these cinnamon rolls. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time at Auntie Lauren's Kitchen. Peace.